What's up? It's me again. Oh, I know. I just got some weird ways of starting some videos, don't I? Yeah. Anyway, today was a really nice day. I mean, well, and I'm still starting my day. Like, see, it's like 12:35, like right now. So that means like I'm awake for today, and I probably won't go to sleep. And I'm like loaded. I'm like diabetes on a can. Well, in a can. And I had like one of these big, huge Mountain Dews, and now I'm just like, yeah, I wouldn't be up for a while. Unfortunately, um, that's just something that happens because I had this Mountain Dew, right? Anyway, so um, I got like this medication that the doctor gave me to clear up my lungs because I have this infection in my lungs right now. I'm really hoping it works because I like got this like 5 day pack, but he says this 5 days is strong enough to last me 14 days when I take all 5 days. And I'm hoping I'll feel better because I've had this problem for a while and it's so if anybody of you guys get some weird ass funky microplasma up in your lung, you're going to be feeling like me and it sucks. So uh yeah. Anyway, uh I've been doing a lot of thinking lately and uh you know, I just got to say something. Um all this crime and shit and I'm no perfect person. I mean, I'm guilty of my own things that I've done. But if you want to watch crime go away, um, legalize all the damn drugs and put all the money on credit card. So there is no money ever, period. Again, they get rid of paper money, everything goes to plastic, and they legalize everything. Because if they legalize everything, and that includes prostitution, pimps will go out of business, drug dealers will go out of business, the government can make money, they'll know exactly who's buying it, and if it's on credit card, well, then there's a transaction of everything you're doing. And crime's going to go way down because it's going to make these gangs that are making money off illegal activities, the gangs will no longer be able to make money or fund their gang, and gangs will slowly disappear over time. And I think it's a great situation because, one, it removes retards off the street who think they're, and it removes all this shit that goes on in this world that's stupid. I mean, don't you? I mean, you probably don't agree. You're probably like, whoa. Put all this money on a card, get rid of the ching ching. Well, I do think that would be one solution to making crime go away and making gangs go away and making a more peaceful place to live as far as overall violence and crime. And I also think that we're not doing enough. I think law enforcement who specialize in gang task force, whether or not a gang member did something or not, or is innocent or guilty or not, I just believe the mere fact that you're associated, you ought to be round up and shot and killed and executed. Maybe that will put our message across. You're not welcome. We're tired of you fuckers breaking the law. Another thing that I think should happen is, you know, if prostitutes want to prostitute to make money, I don't really see where that is a big deal, why that should even be against the law in the first place. I mean, sure, maybe it might be not so moral to a lot of people, but you know what? Fuck it. Just open up a whore housing industry, make whoring legal. You can make a damn lot of money off of it and tax it. I mean, whore housing's legal in Nevada, and they make good business. And they make lots of cha 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 cha. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you guys probably don't agree with everything I'm saying right now. Probably don't agree with my video. But at the same time, this is where I kind of stand right now. And these are some of my theories. And though they're theories, but I do think that maybe it would make crime rate go way down. Now, I'm not perfect in any way. I'm not saying I am, and you know, doing what I suggested, you know, might end up getting me, you know, even though I'm not like involved like that, but it may get my ass shot too, you know. So maybe what I suggest isn't such the greatest idea, but it is nevertheless an idea. At least to the extent of legalizing everything and putting all the money on a new currency system so it's all debited by a card and you don't carry cash. That would for sure definitely put pimps, drug dealers, and gangs out of the business and remove them out of the picture completely. Um, so, I don't know, that's just kind of a theory. I don't even, you know, so yeah. Anyway, that's my theory. I don't know if you agree with it. You probably don't agree with it. You might agree with it, but, you know, what else are we going to do? I mean, everybody complains about how they want a better America, how they want safer streets to live on, how they want this, how they want that. And besides, if you legalized everything, then the need for it would go away. People only do things to challenge the law when it's against the law. A lot of people would quit doing those type of things once it became legal because the adrenaline behind knowing that you're doing something illegal would go away. And a lot of people just do it because it's illegal and they're getting away with it. So if you made it legal, a lot of people would probably quit doing the shit that they're doing. Now there are addicts out there that are addicted to this stuff and they don't care either way. They just want it. Uh, and there are going to be people that still do it. I'm not saying, there's not going to be people that don't do it, but, you know, it's just something to think about. Food for thought. I don't know, there's probably better ideas out there to get it, but this whole war on drugs is ridiculous. Our law enforcement, they waste countless money, thousands of millions of billions of dollars a year to fight this damn quote unquote war that one, they're never going to win, ever. And two, not only are they not going to win the war on drugs, but um, their police that are involved in these raids are also breaking the law. Perfect example. It's against the law on a federal level for cannabis, for instance. Well, according to state laws and state statutes, depending what state you're in, has it legal, aka Washington, Oregon, California. Those are some states where marijuana is legal. So these cops that are kicking in your door and arresting you on federal charges are breaking the law by going against what the state said in the first place. Because the state is its own sovereign nation, and the state can make its own sovereign laws outside the federal government, and what the state says within its own sovereign territories is what goes in that state. And any federal agent or law enforcement that could, that harass you or arrest you when you're doing it within the confines of your state law, and you're protected underneath state law and you're following state law, but they catch you on a technicality on a federal law, that's bullshit. There needs to be something done, and I just say, you know what? Fuck it. If people want to do it, legalize it. Just legalize this shit. Okay, and who cares? Then you're going to know who's doing it. There's going to be a transaction of when they bought it, how much they bought it, how much they're using, how often they get it, and you'll have all of that on record, and you'll know exactly what drugs sell and what drugs don't. This is something that I think should be discussed. And they'll call that taboo because we live in a taboo society and everybody's so fucking wound up tight in this goddamn country because just about anything you talk about in this country is a freaking taboo subject that it's ridiculous, and somebody needs to bring this kind of quote unquote taboo to light. So I personally believe if somebody wants to do this stuff, fine, let them do it. Legalize it, tax the ever-living hell out of it, and make yourself tons of fucking money in the process. And know exactly who's doing it and how much. Period. Period. End of story. This is just period. Because having law enforcement like that example kick in your door on this war on drugs when you're doing it legally because your state said it was legal, but on a federal level it's still against the law, that's bullcrap. And that's wasting our money and putting our country further into debt. We don't need these law enforcement agents busting in our doors for doing something legal that fall within our own sovereign state nation. You realize that a state, if it were to break away from the Union, and it has the power to do so, would become its own sovereign nation state. Oh my God! What a concept! They are currently, even in the Union, they are their own sovereign nation state. So, if they say you could do it, then what the hell do the feds gotta crawl up your fucking panties for? And this is why I say, you know what? This whole war on drugs is bogus. Just legalize the shit. If people want to do it, they're going to do it. You can make tons of money by taxing the hell out of this shit. And not only would you make hell loads of money, but it would put drug dealers and pimps and gangs out of business. Because now you're going to be able to just go down to the local fucking store and fucking make a quick transaction and get the shit that you want. Fine, you want to go crack out, not my goddamn problem. But now we know who you are and how much you bought. And there ain't no buying it from a third party if it's all done on credit card. Now we could track who's using this shit and know how much they get and know everything there is to know about their spending habits as far as drugs and alcohol and sex because of the whores. So then, then we'll just know. And that ends that problem. That's my opinion. I mean, what you don't have to agree with me. That's cool. But that's one of my opinions. That's all I gotta say.